So hello guys. Let's start our group study. Our topic for today is about the cognitive processes, specifically the constructivism, the knowledge construction and concept learning. According to William Butler Yeats, teaching is not about filling up the pail. It is about lighting a fire. So in constructivism, there are two views of constructivism. The first is the individual constructivism. This is also called cognitive constructivism. It emphasizes individual, internal constructions of knowledge. It is largely based on Piaget theory. Proponents of this type choose child-centered and discovery learning. They believe that learners should be allowed to discover principles through their own exploration rather than direct instruction by the teacher. So in individual constructivism, you have to discover your own learning in your own example in any task. So you just check yourself, how can I handle this kind of situation? So after you solve that kind of problem, so you can prove to yourself, that
You are more knowledgeable.
yeah, I know what is the process of this, something
You're
like that.
being aware.
Oh, you're being aware, so that you can consider yourself that you're already learned by your own. So this is the individual constructivism. So let's proceed to number 2, the social constructivism.
Let me read this.
Okay.
Okay. Social constructivism. This view emphasizes that knowledge exists in a social context and it is initially shared with others instead of being presented solely in mind of an individual. It is based on Vygotsky theory. Here, construction of knowledge is shared by two or more people. According to social constructivists, the opportunity to interact and share among learners help to shape and refine their ideas. Knowledge construction becomes social, not individual. So in your this emphasizes that your knowledge has to be shared, diba? You have to be social, you have to be in social. So your knowledge can ang knowledge lang na ako sa isa ka bagay is I have to be shared. Then the
By sharing that with your peers.
yeah, you can
help.
you can acquire another learning
That's
from
knowledge.
that.
You learn each other.
Yeah, we
So
learn each
changing
other.
ideas,
Your knowledge
thoughts.
construction becomes social,
Becomes social.
not individual.
Yes. Also, there are characteristic of constructivism.
So the first characteristic of constructivism is learners construct understanding. As discussed earlier, constructivism does not view learners as just empty vessels waiting to be filled up. They see learners as active thinkers who interpret new information based on what they already know. They construct knowledge in a way that makes sense to them. So, as what I've said, just empty vessels waiting to be filled up. So, um, we are not waiting only for others or like teacher to teach us. In our own, we just also discover our learning skills, something like that, so that our active thinking process will also be enhanced. So these are the learner's contracts understanding.
Yes, and the second one is the new learning depends on current understanding. This is background information is very important. It is through the present use or scheme that the learner has the new information will be interpreted. So this is what is my learning of that subject, or what is my what is my interpretation of that on that subject or that area, no? The learning depends on my current understanding. So on that subject, what is my current understanding of that? So you have already a knowledge on that subject who has been taught on for example for teacher.
And number 3, learning is facilitated by social interaction. Constructivists believe in creating a community of learners within classroom. Learning communities help learners take responsibility for their own learning. Learners have a lot of opportunity to cooperate and collaborate to solve problems and discover things. Teachers may play the role of facilitator rather than expert who has all the knowledge. Of course, as an individual, we have as for us to able
Learn.
to learn more, we need a facilitator. So as a teacher, they are the
Facilitator.
best talaga to facilitate. So in learning some concept or learning some knowledge, learning some things, we have to, as a future teacher or as a teacher, we have to like help them to parang
Share your knowledge
oh,
to your students.
yeah, I have to share my knowledge, I have to facilitaate them para mas maano
In order for them to,
yes, to learn more.
learn.
Yeah, ana ang learning is facilitated by social interaction.
Okay, the number 4. The meaningful learning occurs within authentic learning tasks. An authentic task is one that involves a learning activity that involves constructing knowledge and understanding that is so akin to the knowledge and understanding needed when applied in the real world. Example, a writing activity where 6-year-olds prepare a checklist of things they need to do in school is a more an authentic activity than for them to be working only on a tracing worksheets with dotted lines. So, um, the learning of the child or the thinking of the child may be sharpened because his thinking made him be resilient and be more productive on his own. And that's it.
Making additionally, making checklist makes your mind think,
Thinking that
makes
I
your
have to do
mind,
this.
makes your mind
Active.
active. Rather than just in
Tracing a
like
worksheet.
putting like this, I have to trace that, but
Because that's the easiest way. Because
Oh.
in dotted, doing a dotted lines, your brain doesn't
Work.
work.
Doesn't work
Unlike
that much.
doing
if you
prepare a checklist. So
you
every
have a
now
plan.
and then you're just thinking
Yes, because
every
you have a
details.
checklist. So there is a plan that you have to
do.
Later I have to do this, I have to do that.
Yeah. So constructivism is it says that it is a concept learning. So what is concept learning? What is concept, by the way?
So a concept is a way of grouping or categorizing objective events in our mind. A concept of teach includes a group of tasks such as model, discuss, illustrate, explain, assess, etc. In your life as a student, you would learn thousands of concepts. Some simple ones, other more complicated that may take you to learn them more gradually. The concepts you learn are also revised as you learn more, experience more. So, the concept is the way of grouping or categorize object events in our mind. A concept of teach. So, sometimes, as a student, we have a task. Sometimes, a task is
Like this
one,
like you made for now.
Yeah.
sometimes our task is,
Easy lang.
yan ulit, so easy. So, feel not challenged.
Not
Except, if we give, the teacher give us a hard task, so we challenge ourselves, maybe I can do it.
From
easy to hard.
we can create, we can revise our parang we can
Knowledge.
revise another concept
Oh.
to
To
make
more.
experience more.
That's the concept.
And also, concept as feature list. So, learning, a concept involves learning specific features that characterize positive instance for concept. Included here are defining features and correlational feature. A defining feature is a characteristic present in all instances. Like for example, a triangle has a three equal sides because it's a triangle. If one doesn't, then it is not a triangle. So, as we know, that triangle is already a three-side. So, that we all know that is a
That is
triangle
defining
because it has a
halves
three sides.
and
Yes. That define the triangle. And another one is the correlational feature. It is one that is present in many positive instances, but one essential for concept membership. For example, a mother is loving. Being loving is a feature commonly present in a concept mother. But a mother may not be loving. So being loving is only a correlational feature, not a defining one. Because we as a mother, no, we as a mother, so it is correlational because not all mothers is
Loving.
Loving.
Yeah.
yeah, we all know that not is mother. So that's the difference between correlational feature and defining.
Defining
The next one is
concepts of prototypes. A prototype is an idea or a visual image of a typical example. It is usually formed based on the positive instances that learners encounter most often. Example, close your eyes now and for a moment think of a cat. Picture in mind what it looks like. You probably thought of an image of the common cat we see, rather than the some rare breed or species. Once learners have their own concepts of prototypes, the new examples that they see are checked against these existing prototypes. So, concept of prototypes is an idea or a visual image of a typical example. Like for example, the example here is a cat, and then I will give example of a dog. But when you see, well, when you close your eyes and you will picture in your mind that you can see a dog. But when you check or when you saw a different or breed of dogs, so that's your prototypes. Oh, there's another kind of
Yeah.
dogs.
When
There's
you're
a different
when you keep on making the prototypes,
prototypes.
magiging ano ka na eh, you can be parang master sa pag concept dali of
on
yeah,
dog.
yeah,
Dog has a
you keep on
different.
you keep on parang closing your eyes and then tapos in time comes parang you will be mastered and then you can create
Create
another
because
concept
yes,
kasi you can ano
you
na
can see the
here
different kind.
yeah if
Yung
there
mga-
if you have your own concept as kasi naka-learn ka
Nakalearn ka na.
Oh,
You
so
you see
you
already.
can make your own
so you are more knowledgeable.
You are more knowledgeable enough.
So, concept as exemplars represent a variety of example. It allows learner to know an example under a concept may have a variability example. A learner's concept of vegetable may include a wide variety of different examples like cauliflower, kangkong, etc. When he becomes a new types of vegetable like yeah, when she encounters something but it's still vegetable pero
But it's not.
not
It's
in
new
the
for
exact
him.
not in the example given by the
No,
teacher.
yes.
He would search from the exemplar he knows and
Look
looks
for
for
one
one that is similar like string
String
beans.
beans.
So parang kung sa animals like ang teacher na feature o she give an example and mga animals then naka-encounter siya og kanang that is like a lion but
He doesn't know the picture of
Yeah.
lion.
no
No, what?
He knows picture of lion, but he doesn't know
But he doesn't
what
know
does that mean. If
No, no,
he
no, no.
same that
No,
look
the-
like the lion.
the best example is the cheetah and the tiger.
They
yes.
look
The best
similar.
example, yeah, diba? So the teacher shows the example of times of 5 animals. Then one of the example is the tiger, and then in the other place or in other books or Google they saw
He saw.
cheetah.
Cheetah.
So we can create a concept. Oh, maybe this is also cheetah because this is also tiger because
they look
they
similar.
they have this similar
It looks like
they have
cheetah.
4 legs, they have
They
something
similar
like that.
features.
So maka-create siya another then maka-research pa siya more
Nakuha pa siya dahil mga idea nga.
Yes.
Dagdag sa iya
That's a
learning.
concept as exemplars.
So,
Making concept learning effective, as a future teacher, we can help our student learning concept by doing the following. So the first is provide a clear definition of the concept.
Of course.
The second, make the defining features very concrete and prominent. Give a variety of positive instances. give negative instances, cite a best example or a prototype, provide opportunity for learners to identify positive and negative instances, ask learners to think of their own example of the concept, and lastly, point out how concept can be related to each other.
So in that way, as a future teacher, if we follow this this concept learning,
We must be an effective.
yeah,
We
we
must,
will
We will be an
effective
effective teachers.
So-
And Napa?
yeah. So what is schema and scripts?
A schema is an organized body of knowledge about something. It is like a file of information you hold in your mind about something. Like a schema of what a teacher is. A script is a schema that includes a series of predictable events about a specific activity. Like for example would include knowing the series of steps done when we visit a doctor, or what transpires at the beginning of the class when the teacher arrives. Your role as a teacher is to
Yeah.
bring learners to construct
their
their
own
own knowledge
knowledge.
such they have a well-organized set of concepts. Aim to make clear those concepts that are still vague for them, and to pave the way for them to overcome misconceptions. It is important that you acquire skills on how to facilitate concept formation and development. Also, constructivism can be an excellent guide
Right for you.
Okay. By applying constructivism and facilitating learning, we must have to aim to make our learners understand a few key ideas in a depth manner rather than taking up so many topics superficially. Give varied examples, provide opportunities for experimentation, provide lots of opportunities for quality interaction, have lots of hands-on activities, relate your topic to real-life situations, and do not depend on the explanations method all the time.
Yeah, yeah. This is our all true. So we can say no that as a teacher, they are
The
the
one who facilitates.
yeah they are they have their big role
To facilitate, the children.
to
Yes.
to share their knowledge.
to share their knowledge, so we can help students to to improve,
Improve their
learning.
learning.
So because in learning kasi as you have what is your parang
Observation.
preference being a individual self learning, or parang for you can you have to choose social,
Social.
interaction.
For me, both. The very important to discover yourself. So, as an individual, you must enhance your personality, your thinking skills. So, but in order for you to be part of the community, or they said that learning never stops. So, you need to interact people.
Oh.
We need to
So,
socialize.
individual and social, yeah, our partnership, best
you have
partnership
you have
to
maybe
achieve
you-
a
the,
Or
to achieve
higher
the best is that the best for that is you have to learn first
on your
from on
own.
your
Yeah,
own,
on your own,
then
then socialize,
share
then
your
share
knowledge
to
to
your
everyone.
peers.
yes,
Also,
then
parang ganon.
after that you just compare your learning and others, then in that way
You apply.
yes, you can
You
apply
apply yourself.
what's the better way to do. Kay syempre in your own dili man kay ni effective, then after you socialize
That's it.
yeah, so you can compare.
Yes.
So both are very important.
Yes. And maybe that's all.
That's all.
Thank you so much, guys. I am Mary Chris Collis.
I'm Karen Rose Pegumanui.
I am Janeline Sama.
And I am Richelyn Sueco
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so much.
sir.
from
God
BSN
bless.
English 3 Black.
Black 2.
Good day.